Namaste, viewers. I'm Vibhuti Jha. This is Sanatan World. Welcome to the show. As India celebrates its Independence Day, which many people call it was a transfer of power day on August 15, 1947, I dwelt upon a different thought process. What came to my mind? And I realized how lucky are we to be born a Sanatani? When I say I'm lucky to be born as a Sanatani, I'm asking everybody to be born a Sanatani because we are not following other religious diktats, which doesn't mean that they are bad or they are wrong. No, that's not it. I am saying I'm so lucky to be born a Sanatani. It is very important to think about it. Why do I say that? First of all, to be born a Sanatani original, you had to be born in India. And India is such a beautiful land by God's grace that we have all the year round tropical weather, great food and great fruits and great vegetables and everything else, or all year round, including seasonal vegetables. This is at the very routine geographical aspect. The second one, which is very important, that we are authentically good people because we have philosophies and ideals which are truly liberal, and it actually includes the whole world in it. The concept of Sanatan is eternal values, eternal truth. So Sanatan Dharma is about eternal values. What are those eternal values? We believe in those. And we believe in that part because that's God created all life forms, including me and the smallest of ants, for that matter. And this is very, very important to bear in mind. In the God's eyes, nobody is better or bad, worse or good. Everybody has a role to play on the planet Earth. As humans are considered to be the most evolved form of life. In our belief system, they say to be born a human, you have to pass through so many good karmas to be born a human in the human way. But are we the best? But that's a different question. We will talk about it some other day. But my thought process is that as I talk about the Sanatan world, everybody in the world is actually a Sanatani. When you are born, there is no religious stamp on it. In the God given world, any life form comes in a particular way. It takes 9 months. And let's talk about humans. It takes 9 months for a biologically normal child to be born, whether you are in Abu Dhabi or Zambia or Zanzibar, right? A to Z, every country in the world, every woman in the world delivers a biologically normal child, takes 9 months. There is no difference. Okay? There is no difference. And we all over the world, die because of myocardial infarction, which is known as heart attack. When this battery stops, then that's the end of the computer. This supercomputer that God created. Imagine, battery doesn't need charging, maybe a bypass surgery or something like that, but the battery runs forever. And look at the efficiency with which this body works. We are all, whether we are black, white, yellow, brown, tanned, or any color, we all have same body parts performing identical functions. So why do I say I'm lucky to be born a Sanatani? Because of one very simple factor. At some point in time, I realized that we are the only faith, the only way of life, only doctrine, only spiritual process in which we are born free. America, one of the states, has a slogan: born, live free or die, right? Somebody told me the other day, all right, I live free, you die. But that person belonged to a particular faith. He interpreted that in that way. It's a serious point because there are elements in life that change the course of action. And religion is playing that role today. At some point in time, Some religious practitioners decided that theirs is the only way God approved for things to run. We don't accept that. We don't believe in it. We say, if that's the way you choose to be, so be it. But leave me alone. But I am born very fortunate to be a Sanatani. You know why? I have no restrictions on me, whether I have to pray once or twice or 5 or 99 times a day. I don't have strict instructions to me, no mandate on me that I have to do certain things in a certain way. In my faith, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why. That's why I say I'm lucky. It doesn't matter what I pray, who I pray to, how many times I pray to, because we are all so fortunate to be totally free, authentically free, to pray or not to pray, to believe or not to believe. Nobody is a non believer in our Sanatan principles or our Sanatan Dharma. Everybody is as is, whoever it is. But remember, that's a very important thing to say here now, that you become exactly what you do. You are a product of exactly of your own dharma and karma. As you sow, so you reap. So in our faith, it's what you do that defines you. What's the point? If I pray 59 times in my house, do all kinds of arati and offer ghee and milk to God, and then I go and shoot 55 people because that's what I felt my God wanted me to do, that's foolish. That's not it. That's not the way our faith runs. Our faith runs strictly on the belief that what you are today is because of your karma, what you did yesterday. And it's true. And what you will do today will determine your tomorrow, right? And God gave us life. And God gave us life, and He gave us life sustaining forces. To name only three: air, sun, and water. Let's take these three as a classic example, most prominent of the months, if I may say so. Without sun, God created life in the universe, and they gave us life sustaining forces, which is sun, without whose energy we will be living in an ice age, which means no life at all. We'll be dead. All right? There'll be no energy left anywhere. Second one, air, which is not visible anywhere. Nobody has seen air, but it exists. And what does the air do? It allows us to breathe oxygen, throw out CO2, we live. Without air, there would be no life form. Nobody who claims to be the supreme of the world will survive even for a nanosecond if there was no air. Third is water. What about water? 70% of our body is water, isn't it? 70% of our body is water, and without which we will suffer and die in little bit in some more time than you would die as a frozen or without air. But without water we can't live. Three elements only. I'm not even adding the two more. That we will go later. But this is critical for you to understand. And this is another part which is very important. Many people who are practitioners of other religion, and there is a difference between religion and dharma, which is what I always say. Dharma is the spiritual part of life which goes beyond the religious, routines. There are processes in in Sanatan Dharma and Hindu Dharma as well, in which when you perform rituals, there is a rule. But beyond that, you can pray in any way you want. Whether you light a lamp or you do not light a lamp, doesn't matter. You can also fold your hands, sit in a chair, or just do squat on the ground, and you can do your prayers. Thought and mind. This is what is important. So, what is critical? Everywhere in the world, sun, water, and air has no religion. Nobody can claim that sun of my kind is superior to sun which shines in your area. Nobody can say that Water that you drink, H2O that you drink in your place is different than the H2O in my area. Yes, apart from certain properties here or there. Likewise, about air. Some places air is polluted, some place air is more pure, whatever. That is a geographical scenario. But these are essential elements. That's what Sanatan is all about, the essential truth. And our Dharma is all about Sanatan Dharma, is because it's about essential truth. So this is what makes me very happy and proud, that I am a totally free man. I'm totally free to believe in what I want to believe in. I don't have to agree with anybody. I can be by myself. I can run my life the way I want without instructions, restrictions, mandates, or stipulations. Think about it. How fortunate are we to be born into Sanatan world? Now, here is a very important question. Why don't we tell the world about it? Because people like it. But the reason why I started this channel was also the thought was when I interact with many mainstream people, they tell me that the way you explain about your faith makes a lot of logical sense. Why don't you talk about it? And I told them this is what our failing is. Our failing is about the fact that we don't tell them who we are. And the issue is very important. If we don't tell others who we are, they don't know who we are, right? So it is important for you and I and all of us to tell the people that just because I'm not black or white doesn't make me irrelevant, right? I'm a wonderful collaboration of black and white, and I'm naturally tan. Think from that perspective. Because if you do not define yourself, others do. In a world which is divided between various, concurrent beliefs that theirs is the best way or mine is the lousy way, one has to begin to remember that everything on this planet Earth has a purpose. Even a stone has an element that is undeniable truth. You know what is that? It can become a weapon in a particular moment in time. So if you are being attacked by somebody, or a woman is being attacked by somebody, if he or she picks up a stone and hits the attacker, the stone performed a job. How irrelevant the stone is at that point in time. Think, I'm giving you an example of an absolute dead item. There's no oxygen in it. There are other properties in it, but there's no oxygen in it. But a dead stone served a purpose at a particular point in time. And that's why in this God given world, everything has a purpose to serve. Now, final point here. This final point is important. Everybody, everybody is living as a live form of God's creation, right? Nobody is different. Our eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and other parts of the body which are visible, external, and the internal is common for every living human being. So, what makes you different? What makes you different is not how many times you pray in a day. What makes you different is what you do that defines you as a human being. Because every religion believes doing helping others is way of God's way of doing your good job. That's what I'm saying. I don't have to convert. I'm privileged to be born a Sanatani. And this is the message that you need to tell the world. Why? Because if you don't tell the world will continue to be in a conflict of my way or highway. I am better than you. Let's get out of that. Let's embrace the universal truth, the Sanatan Dharma. You can practice, you can be whatever you want to be. See, for example, giving the Hindu Sanatan and Hindu example, you can be a Shiva Bhakt and you can be a Sanatani. You can be Ram Bhakt and you can be a Sanatani. You can be a Krishna Bhakt and you can be a Sanatani. So what you pray and who you pray to is not relevant. What you do that defines you. The commonality of purpose, life, happiness, this is all part of our essential being. With this, I end my conversation today with you. And I'll come back again with another thought process that is truly universal in nature, no discrimination. Nature does not discriminate between people or amongst people. An apple is an apple, whichever country it is produced. Wheat is wheat, rice is rice, and that's what is important to know. Thank you very much for watching. I always say Satyamev Jayate, truth must triumph. Or for truth to be triumphing, you and I got to speak for it, stand up for it. Thank you. Namaste.